I made homemade beefaroni with a shortcut and garlic toast. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat that my shortcut is using jarred sauce. I like making my sauce from scratch, but not on a weeknight. So I browned some diced onion in some olive oil. Then I scooted that out to the edge of the pan so that I could brown my ground beef. I seasoned the side of the ground beef that I put down in the pan really well, and then while that's cooking, I season the other side. I let it sear in the pan for a while to develop a crust, and then I start breaking it up. The more of that seared browning from the meat that you get, the more flavor you get. Once all the beef has been cooked to about medium, I spoon out any extra grease that I don't want in the sauce. But I do keep that in a bowl for later because that's flavor. All right, so once the beef and the onions are cooked, then I'm adding 2 jars of sauce. Here I'm using a couple of the jars of the Bertolli organic tomato and basil because I like it just fine when I zhuzh it up and I had coupons. Otherwise, I usually like using Wegmans Smooth Marinara because it's a good bare bones sauce with no added sugar. Whatever I'm using, I still like to simmer the meat and onions in the sauce for 30 to 60 minutes. For the garlic bread, I use frozen slices of baguette that I keep in the freezer anytime I have extra. And then I take them out while they're still frozen and rub them with the raw garlic cloves. And the still frozen bread acts as kind of a grater, so you can kind of smear all of that garlicky goodness all over the bread. Then I top with some olive oil and flaky sea salt and put it aside until my pasta's done cooking. If you have hard water, it's always good to salt your pasta water after it starts to boil to prevent the buildup of lime spots in your pots. I prefer the pasta with the extra protein. Today I'm using the elbow macaroni. The pasta's nearly done, so some flaky sea salt on top of the garlic bread and I'll turn on the broiler. Pasta, meat sauce. Garlic bread under the broiler until it's my desired level of brownness. Before mixing in the pasta, I reserved a couple of cups of the meat sauce in case I don't need it all. That can be refrigerated or frozen for later. This is off the heat now with the lid on while I check on that garlic bread, and it's perfect. Now I just need to grab the plates and Parmesan. It's not quite at the level of my homemade sauce that takes hours to make, but on a weeknight, it's very happy eating.